welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the New York Mets going up against the Colorado Rockies. Well, Siggy, today we get to see one of the game's best power hitters. He's tied for the league lead in home runs.
Yeah, he's not just hitting dingers. He's crushing them, Boog. No paint scrapers for him. His bat has been a huge boost to this lineup. Question is, how will they pitch to him today?
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about ready for baseball. And towing the slab in this one, Chase Dollander. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Makes the grab, one down. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Brett Beatty.
Definitely home cooking for him, Boog. Batting better than .350 here at his home ballpark this season. I mean, a lot of that comes from sleeping in your own bed, having a regular routine, grabbing your favorite meal before you head to the ballpark. All the ins and outs of this place, this city. He's lighting it up. And the home fans, they've been loving it too.
And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Ground ball to the right side. And he takes it himself for the out.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Pete Alonso.
2 outs, base is empty. Now at the plate, Pete Alonso. Alonso with an impressive 3-homer performance in his last game. And that misses. And it's 1-0.
Pretty rare to see a 3-homer game like he had last time out. The only active player with at least 4 3-homer performances is Mookie Betts, who's tied for the all-time lead with 6.
Jones sizes this one up. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. No score as we head to the bottom of the first.
Is this redemption for my soul?
Back here with my pal Siggy. Today's starting pitcher, David Peterson.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Swings and misses, and the count is 0-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting second.
Now it's the right fielder, Nolan Jones. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. That's in there. It's 0-1. Peterson. He isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable. He just hasn't proven that he can do it yet. And a pitch. And a big swing and a miss.
He's got such great stuff. You just don't know from start to start whether it's a potential no-hitter or it's a guy that's only going to give you 3 or 4 innings. But for the most part, with that kind of stuff, you expect him to get to the middle of the ball game.
What does he need to do in order to get deeper into the game?
Well, I'd say it's command of the secondary pitches, because when you're talking about turning over the order a second and third time and hitters are getting looks, you've got to be able to put a wrinkle on something, change speeds, and locate it enough so that they offer at it.
That's a ball.
Outside low, and that's ball one.
Ultimately, you want them to swing and chase a pitch that teases the zone and ends outside the zone. But so far, he hasn't been able to do that consistently.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Ezekiel Tovar in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Up the middle. Lindor on to first.
You're out.
3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing doing for the Rockies. Scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Brandon Nimmo. Went deep in his most recent game. Dollander back to work. Hit in the air, center field. Doyle under it. And it's caught for the out.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Mark.
So up next, Mark Vientos. Vientos measures 6 feet 4 inches, hitting 5th in today's lineup. And he was a second-round pick back in 2017. This one in the air. Estrada drifts towards it. Makes the catch for the out.
Batting sixth, the second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. McNeil with a homer in his last game. Line drive. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. Down in order go the Mets. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's Michael Toley.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
He was late there. Strike 1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2. Joe McDonald, our umpire behind the dish.
Yeah, Boog, Joey Mack. Sometimes a little tough to figure out. We may see some hitters and pitchers asking him where a pitch was here or there, but most of the time he keeps it reasonable.
That's off the mark.
No.
Going to count 1 and 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And a good eye there.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And a base hit right there. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. That pretty much split the zones down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. Missed with a changeup. Ball 1. Runner at first with no outs here. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Sam Hilliard can't hold up, and that's a strike. Second inning here, no score. Swings through that one for strike 2.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Struck him out looking.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Tyro Estrada to the plate. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Tolia over at second. McMahon over at first with one away. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Nimmo going back, and he brings it into the warning track. Runner tags at second, and the throw's offline, safe at third.
Now we'll see if moving up to third there pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a base hit. We'll see what happens.
So 2 down now, and here is Kyle Farmer. Hitless last night, and they only scored 1 run. Out front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
No ball.
2 on, 2 outs. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Funk up the place. We're just trying to dance, yo. Turn up the bass. We about to go. What's about to happen, girl? You already know. Taking control.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Handles, throws to first, and 1 away in the top of the third.
Batting 8, the third baseman, number 7, Brett Beatty.
Now here is Brett Beatty. Homered last night, added another hit as well. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 1 out, base is empty. Next offering is down low. Bounce to the right. And that one handled. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third.
Batting 9, the catcher, number 13, Luis Torrens.
And here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. To the right side. Farmer steps on the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. 9 straight retired here to start the game. We're tied 0-0. Back here in Denver, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the veteran catcher, Jacob Stallings. Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
Swings through that one, out in front that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And a base hit into right center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the Rockies leadoff hitter, Brenton Doyle. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
0-1.
And that's down and away. And a ground ball to first. Knocks it down. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Now batting, the right fielder, Nolan Joe.
First and second, no outs. Nolan Jones digging in for the Rockies. Next offering in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. First and second, no outs. Here in the last half of the third. Just misses with that one. Got him swinging. Next for Colorado, Ezequiel Tovar. Grounded out his first time. And that's a little high.
1 ball, no strike.
Swings and chases a low one there.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
And a count 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in the second game of the series. Got him! So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
Michael Toglia, the next to hit. That one finds the corner, and it's 0-1. Headed towards the corner, and that is a foul ball. First and second, 2 down. Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
And we're back. Start of the 4th. Stepping in, Francisco Lindor. Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And now it's Juan Soto. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. Into the second deck it goes, and they jump ahead in the 4th. It's 1-0. So the streak stays alive, his 4th straight game with a home run.
Boog, that's like a cycle of home runs, and I know how much you love the cycle. He's absolutely punishing mistakes right now he can't miss.
Well, Singy, you know I'm a member of the Nerd Herd, and these are the moments I really appreciate StatCast the most. We need to know how far that one flew.
Well, I'll tell you, over 500 feet, Boog, and that's just insane. And I know we're seeing more and more power in today's game, but we just almost never see someone hit it that far. It's crazy, and it's just an unforgettable swing of the bat.
Alonso takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
Heart of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
1-1.
That one ripped. And in one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And that's a double.
Well, his hot hitting continues. He's been getting great results lately. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Fly to center his first time. And that's in there for strike one. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. The run comes in to score from second, and they take a 2-run lead.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
One out, runner at second. Vientos digs in now. That one's upstairs, ball one. Nimmo over at second, one down. Out to short. Throws to first in time. 2 away. Jeff McNeil stands in. 0 for 1 so far. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. And that's the 3rd out. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. And midway in the 4th, it's the Mets 2 and the Rockies nothing. Back here at Coors Field, now the third baseman, Ryan McMahon. When you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner, got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect him to be in the All-Star game and have a Gold Glove, if not a Platinum Glove.
Strike 2. So what are the skills you look for that make a really good defensive third baseman that elite?
Well, Bird, one of the things I think about immediately are just the feet. Does he have good feet? Is he able to quickly react? And when you have good feet, you've got soft hands. And soft hand defenders are able to make tough plays look easy.
Here's the left fielder, Sam Hilliard. Fly ball down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. The Mets up by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Nimmo has it sized up. Makes the catch. 2 down.
Now batting, the second baseman, Tyro.
Now it's going to be Tyro Estrada. Fly to left his first time. That's in for a strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
On the ground to the left, and that chance handled. On to first. That's an out. And Estrada is out. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. 3 up, 3 down for him there. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Mets 2 and the Rockies nothing. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Dollander back to work. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Over to first, and Winker is set down. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Beatty in his second season, 25 years old, and he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. Center field. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, the catcher, Luis Torrens.
2 down, base is empty. Luis Torrens now at the plate. Pitch misses. Ball 1. 2 outs, base is empty. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And he'll pull into second safely.
He was all over that one. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
So the batting order turns over. Here's Francisco Lindor. 0 for 2 in this one. Hard hit left side. Gets it to first. Out. Lindor retired. 3rd out. Mets strand 1, but they hold the 2-0 lead. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here's the first baseman, Kyle Farmer. And a foul ball.
All these Rockies looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Jacob Stallings. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one fouled off.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt. The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
There's a swing and a drive. Going back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the center fielder, Brenton Doyle, 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And they'll do it again. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Mets 2 and the Rockies nothing. Back here at the ballpark. Let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Juan Soto.
When I'm waking, I feel so dangerous when I become free. Even on days. When I get lost, I'm right where I wanna be. It's not a thing that I should. It's not a moment.
There's the strike.
Well, these Mets, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent.
This one could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Pete Alonso will hit next. And ball one.
1 ball, no strikes.
Man at second. And a foul ball. That's a hit. And that's good enough to hold the lead runner at third. Runners now at the corners. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Here's Bud Black towards the mound, and we're going to see a pitching change here. Chase Dollander is done. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
For the
Lucas
Rockies.
Gilbreth takes over on the mound.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. And next for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo. Fouled off. He was late. Back up the middle and a base hit. Soto scores. And they lead by 3. To third. And got him.
That's heads-up play right there. The outfielder knowing he has no shot at the runner at home, so comes up trying to cut that runner off at third and does a really nice job. Got to appreciate that.
Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. Tapped softly on the ground. Feed to second. That's 1. And that's 2. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and no one left on. 2-3-4, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Mets 3 and the Rockies nothing. Back here in Denver, bottom of the inning. So in now for Colorado, Nolan Jones. And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Winker makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ezekiel.
And here is Ezekiel Tovar. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And that's in there at the knees.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness. Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
McNeil pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Michael Tolia.
2 outs, base is empty. Michael Tolia digging in for the Rockies. Check swing, called strike. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing.
Now that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. Rockies are down quietly. Still down 3-0. And we're back.
Leading
all
off
set for the start of the inning. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
Hee-haw!
Flying drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And a good start to the inning.
The center fielder, number 3, Jesse.
Here's Jesse Winker. He's grounded out a couple of times. Swing and a ball popped up. McMahon. 1 away.
The third baseman, number 7, Brett Beatty.
And stepping in for New York, Brett Beatty. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
And boy, do they catch a break. Otherwise, you're looking at runners around the bases and probably a run that scores.
Luis Torrens getting ready to hit. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Up the middle, Estrada. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. 0 for 3 in this one. Swung on, belted. That's back. Absolutely hammered it to left center. He'll circle the bases. Home run number 15 on the year. And they add a couple more. It's 6-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen. Lucas Gilbreth won't go any further, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for the
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Justin Lawrence.
And he's coming in to pitch on 4 days rest right here. And that might not be a factor at all in terms of being rusty, but he should definitely be well rested.
Base is empty with 2 away. Juan Soto up now for the Mets. This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His second home run of the game, and they add a run. It's 7-0. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
Here's Pete Alonso. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Flares it into the outfield. Hauls it in to end the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 7-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Ryan McMahon.
On the ground, right side, McNeil tosses to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now batting, the left fielder, Sam Hilliard.
Next to hit for the Rockies, Sam Hilliard.
He's got a rare skill set out there on the mound. Even when he's low on energy, his stuff still has bite to it. You just don't see it flattening out just because he's tired. He's still delivering good action.
Swings through that.
No balls. 2 strikes.
That one ripped right center field. The one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. Around second now, going for 3. In there safely.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
So, man aboard. Tyro Estrada digs in now. In there, and it's 0-1.
No balls. 1 strike.
Hilliard takes his lead at third with 1 away. And that misses. And now it's even 1-1. Way out front for strike 2.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Got him. Now it doesn't strikeouts for him in this one.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Kyle Farmer digging in for the Rockies. Farmer swinging it much better this season in away games than here at home. Yeah, that's fouled off. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
0-2.
And down on strikes. 13 strikeouts now. He's putting together an impressive outing. Another scoreless inning, and now that's 7 shutout frames. It's the Mets 7 and the Rockies nothing. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season.
Leading off for the Mets, the left fielder, number 9, Brandon Nimmo.
Lawrence back to work. Out to short. Tovar. The throw to first. He's out. 1 up, 1 down.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for.
The
Ball on the ground. Nice
baseman,
ground out.
Mark.
So up next for New York, Mark Vientos. Lawrence, a 6'3" righty, 30 years old now, and he was born in Panama. And first offering is fouled off. The Mets up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. Out to short. Sends it to first.
That's an out.
2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
2 down, bases empty. Now it's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. 1 for 3. Fought off foul. The 0-1. Lined, and that's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And next for the Mets, Jesse Winker. Late swing, foul to the left. Two outs. Line drive. And they put the tag on him for the out. Mets lead 1, and they hold a 7-0 lead.
Now pitching for
Back
New
now,
York.
new pitcher on the mound as we
Number
roll into the
33.
bottom of the 8th, A.J. Minter.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Jacob Stallings now at the plate. He is singled and he is flied to left.
Stallings.
Rips one to right.
The center fielder.
Back to the top of
Number
the order.
9,
Brenton Doyle digging in for the Rockies. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Swinging a foul straight back. Swings through it for the K. Went back to the cutter, and it was worthwhile.
And there's another strikeout, and
Now
those are
batting,
just continuing
the right
to pile
fielder,
up. His
Miller.
confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to
Joe.
find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Jones in the box now. No balls and a strike. Missed with a changeup. 1-1. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. That one laced to center and a base hit. And now 2 aboard. So digging in, Ezekiel Tovar.
The shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's down. One hops off the wall. Coming around third is Stallings. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play. It's 7-2.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
So now here's the DH. Michael Tolia. That's in there. 0-1. He swings and fouls one off. Next
Ball.
offering misses. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Runner on at third, 1 gone. Swing and a miss, and he got him. That's the second out.
Oh, just a little cut fastball on the inside part of the plate,
Now
and he
batting,
couldn't get the
third
barrel
base,
to it at all.
Ryan.
Just kind of tied him up there right under the hands.
McMahon.
Tells me he's probably looking soft away and just wasn't able to adjust.
McMahon stands in now and watches strike 1. Left field. Nimmo has it sized up. And that is that. So it may be too little too late, but they're on the board here in the late going. It's 7-2. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Kinley.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
Kinley.
Brett Beatty getting ready to hit.
The third baseman, number 7, Brett. Beatty.
Line drive, and this might be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff
catcher,
man comes
number
up, gets
13.
into scoring position. Now,
Torrent.
there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. This one in the air. Farmer hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco.
Now up to hit,
Lindor.
Francisco Lindor. He's already homered in this game. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. And that one lifted in the air center field. Doyle settles underneath it. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And the throw's offline. Safe at third.
Now batting.
Juan Soto now. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Base hit, and a run comes in.
Now batting, designated hitter, Pete Alonso.
Runner at first with 2 away. Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. And that is out of play. And that one fouled off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
2 outs. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. On the ground, right side. In plenty of time to first, and the inning is over. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across one. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the ninth. It's the Mets 8 and the Rockies 2.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back,
New York Mets.
and on the mound is the closer,
Number
Edwin
39.
Diaz.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And now,
Leading
Sam
up
Hilliard.
For the Rockies, the left fielder, Sam Hilliard.
Swing and a miss. That's strike one.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
That's a strike, and the count is 0-2.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. The pitch timer expired before he started his windup, so that's a ball.
That must be incredibly frustrating for the pitcher, but this is all about creating more action and speeding up the game, and it's working.
And that's hammered into right field. That's a base hit. Around first and hustling for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So a man aboard. Next for Colorado, Tyro Estrada. Swings through that one for strike one.
0-1.
Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely
Now
and just
batting,
bunched him
first
up
baseman,
on the inside
Kyle
part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there. If you're not ready for that pitch, you're just going to swing and miss or pop it up, waste the at-bat. If you're going to let it go, you better be ready to swing it.
Goes down looking.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking
Now
right
batting,
there. He got
catcher,
3 straight
Jacob
fastballs looking in the 0-2
Dollander.
count just to pour it back.
So it's their last chance in this one. Jacob Stallings will hit next. See the velocity 97 with that fastball. Next offering is fouled back. The Rockies down to their final strike. And there's a ball.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
Every night they come to play, and they've racked up a really impressive win streak to this point. To win this many games in a row, you have to be at least a little lucky, but more than that, you have to execute. We're seeing that from them right now.
8-2 the final here. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Did I finally get it right? Everything I did was selfless. I spoke.